All systems prepared.
Open Galaxy Map. Galaxy Map. Well, alrighty then.
Galaxy cartography.
Import my control settings.
Acknowledged.
$45 jumps, really? Okay. Launch to orbit.
Ignition. Takeoff. Setting thrust vector control to auto. Retracting modules. Handing you the con. Orbital rendezvous procedures initiated. Engaging drive.
$45 jumps. Last time I checked, I was at 60 jumps out. Open system map. Open system map.
System cartography.
Nothing interesting here. Close system map.
Exiting map.
Explorer mode on.
Acknowledged.
Make jump.
Engaging jump.
Ooh, neutron star.
Completing system scan. Stand by.
Target ahead. Open system map.
System map.
Oh, hello.
Sorry.
Oh, here we go. That's not back. Let's try this again. Open system map. Open system map.
System map.
So the system has already been thoroughly explored. Oh my. Okay. Let's get our boost first.
Boost activated.
Thank you.
It's always a privilege to be serving, Commander.
Of course it is, because I'm awesome. Let's go have a look at this rock. Open system map.
System cartography.
Terraformable in orbit around a neutron star. Good heavens, the amount of radiation this world is getting blasted with has got to be off the freaking charts. I'm surprised it still has an atmosphere.
Oh my god.
Hey, bro.
Well, that's number 3 finished.
You still struggling with that?
4, 5, and 6 are left. Yeah, man, I'm still struggling like crazy. So no, I came home yesterday after work and I sat down and I was like, I'm doing this, and I like totally nailed everything in one sitting. You remember how I was working on that since like Monday or Tuesday?
Yeah.
And you know, we worked on it all the way through Thursday and couldn't get it.
And then finally it clicked, right?
Yeah, I just walked in and nailed it, and everything was cool. And I've been sitting on number 3 all day, and I got pretty much everything to work except for this like tile randomizer, which like wasn't going into the function. So like I had to make the function a static function, I guess. I'm not sure if that was what was intended, but I mean, me and the tutor just got it working, so it's like, all right. It's just it's hard without explicit instructions, but I guess at the same time it's more of like reading what they're not telling, or what they're not telling me not to do.
Right.
And that's kind of the essence of error correction, I guess. It's like, well, you didn't say not to change it to a static function that's accessible from anywhere, so why the hell not? Let's just do that.
So it's a static function as a member of which class?
Application.
Okay, which is interesting because there can only ever be one instance of application.
Mhm.
So you made it a static function. Is it public?
I don't think there's any reason to use it outside of what it's being used for.
You know, or maybe protected?
Right, that's what I did. Right, made it a static function. All I did was made it you know what? I made it a member function instead of before it was a non-member function. That was. So I'm not exactly
C++
sure how to word what I did.
C++ is fucking weird, man. I don't know.
Dude, it really is. Well, like, yeah, I was just assigning the location incorrectly, so I just had to store the location in its own variable for each of these stupid tiles, and now they're doing what the instructions say to do, but it doesn't do the output that I would deem would be, you know, desirable in this scenario. So I'm like, I'm not going to mess with it anymore. It does exactly what the instructions say to do, so I'm just going to take that explicitly and be like, yeah, whatever. I checked it. I checked it, and when it didn't work, I flipped it, and if it still didn't work, I generated the new random tile, and then I just called it a day right there, because that's literally all it says right here. Make sure the replacement tile is signed to the proper row call pointer, which I did. And now it's in the compile into a map.
These two worlds have a very interesting orbit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where is my mouse cursor?
I'll pull you up right now. I'm gonna take a short break before I get back to this. I have to turn it in by 11 tonight, so 2300 tonight. I think.
I'm having a very weird time with peripherals today.
With peripherals?
Yeah. There's my cursor. Terraformable. Not terraformable. Why is it not terraformable? Oh, because its atmosphere is 75% ammonia.
What kind of star is that?
That is a neutron star.
It was a neutron star?
Yeah.
Oh.
So these two planets
Oh yeah, you're doing the neutron.
These two planets are technically a binary planet. 98% nitrogen, that's why that's terraformable. So, if you look at these, their orbits are concentric.
Huh.
So one orbits outside the other. You know, so that technically makes one of them a moon, but yeah, because they're so massive, they drag each other around with that. They're technically binary planets. It's just an interesting orbit. I'm surprised to find so many terraformable worlds in orbit around a neutron star. You think that they get blasted with so much radiation they're uninhabitable.
Yeah. Video game logic, though, right?
I guess in 3303 they have the technology to shield people from radiation. Or at least genetically modify them to be radiation resistant.
Perhaps. I mean, you can get pretty close to a star without, you know, frying. Maybe that technology is a lot more commonplace.
Maybe. So I was looking at the extension for ED Discovery that you were wanting to make.
Yeah.
I had a look at the add-on language they have and compared it with the API for Inara, and so the add-on language isn't going to do it because it doesn't seem to have any way to convert to create JSON requests.
See.
So we're probably going to have to write it in C#.
That's no problem.
Says you.
I mean, I'll figure it out. I mean, I'm doing C++ right now, and that makes me want to die. So, how bad could C# be? I don't have to worry about delete and new. That's good enough for me.
You know, C# does have that stuff built in.
Uh-huh.
You know, disposing and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yep. Also, this pisses me off. The "this" keyword makes me upset at life.
Why does that make you upset?
Because why?
Because
What?
It's a
Why do I need this?
It's a disambiguation. So if you have, you know, if you're trying to access a member function of another object that might have the same name as a function from the class that you're writing, then you'll want the "this" keyword in order to disambiguate that.
Hmm.
Nitrogen, oxygen, and 1/10 of 1% ammonia.
Yeah.
1.41 Gs. Oh, surface temperature. That's why that's not terraformable.
I'm just glad that we got this to the point where at least number 3 works like it's supposed to. I still need to compile a map, or compile everything into a map, flood fill, test it, and then make a game, which means I need to create an entity class with a player to control, and then give it controls, and then put a coin in each room.
So
wait a minute.
You're writing adventure?
Oh my god, when all the coins have disappeared in the game and victory. So I do actually need to go back and edit this code again that we just finished working on. Because all of the rooms do not connect.
Oh.
Yeah. So the instructions are just plain wrong. They actually stop, like, they explicitly, they say, tiles with incorrect left-right neighbors should flip horizontally and be checked again. Tiles with incorrect top-bottom neighbors should flip vertically and be checked again. If after the flips the tile still does not fit, replace it with a random tile. Make sure that the replacement tile is assigned to the proper tile's row call pointer.
Jesus, how do you check to see if they connect?
I have 2 functions that I wrote that check to see if they connect. They just check if the first column of the, I think it's the input one, match the last column of the parameterized one. And but I mean, there were assertions in place that make sure that those work like they're supposed to be, or like they're supposed to. And once I finished up my my algorithms on those, I mean, firstly, they logically made sense to me. Secondly, the assertion stopped firing. So I'm assuming that they work as intended.
Okay, so
because it,
I am not a C++ programmer, so help me understand. What does assert do?
Assert, it's like try and catch, only it says, let me see, what's the actual syntax for it? Assert basically says if not expression, then say assertion failed, expression at file, line, inline. It's like try and catch, essentially. It just and it just calls abort, essentially, if certain criteria are met. So I don't know exactly what the assertions were, but they have a ton of them in here. All I know is that before I programmed each of these, if they weren't working correctly, it would throw an assertion like that says things like this loaded, but it didn't, it failed to validate or something. Stuff. There was one for each of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 functions in part 1, and I was able to clear them all last night. This got really crazy.
Gathering information. Cartography has now been updated.
I've been working on it since probably about 1 p.m. and I've got until 11 tonight. It's 5 p.m. now. So 1300, now it's 1700, and I have until 2300.
I wish I could be more help, bro.
Well, it's okay. I've been going back and forth with tutoring. I have like I'm pretty sure I have about 6 hours left of tutoring, if not 5, for this session. So I've just been bugging them every time I run into something I don't understand. And like I said, this last one, the dude probably looked at it for an hour and a half with me, and then we decided that it was just the way I was calling my X and my location.x and the location.y on each of these tiles. It gets confusing because there is an array that stores the tiles, and then the tiles have a parameter that have their actual physical coordinate plane location, and that was confusing the two. Like, okay. So apparently that's what happened.
Stand by. Scanning now.
Yeah.
Collating. Compiling data. Cartography update complete.
I think compiling into a map should be okay. That should be... Hopefully that'll be easy. Hopefully the flood... I'm not sure what the flood fill test is going to do. Oh wait, you know what? The flood fill test actually has a function to repopulate them or regenerate the map until it's fully traversable. Yes, I don't have to rewrite that function. Yay!
Make the jump.
Jump.
Yay, flood fill algorithm. Yay.
So the work's already done for you.
Apparently, yeah. Hopefully. Hopefully, yeah. I'm taking this right now. I've had enough of this for right now. It was a long time, man. Yeah, I was doing a Ark Survival Evolved stream just the other day. After I got home.
Scanning now. Collating.
Did you actually tune in?
Compiling data. Cartography update
I didn't even
complete.
see you post or anything.
I didn't post anything. I was busy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my new... So I don't actually have... I don't use Chatty anymore. I use Restream because... which one did you tune in on? YouTube or Twitch?
YouTube.
Okay. So Restream doesn't tell you who's tuned in or not, which I'm fine with because you're not... Like, typically you're not really gonna greet people unless they say anything in chat. Otherwise, so I was just hanging out. There were a couple people there. It was pretty fun. Really happy with that build. I did a little bit more work on it. Oh man.
Oh look, it's the square.
Yeah. Square Enix or
No, it's
Square Soft?
if you look at my stream, you'll see the square.
The square. What? Where am I looking?
Look at the stars.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
the square.
It's an artifact of the way that sectors are rendered.
Oh, okay. You know what? I noticed that the other day, actually, that there was like a whole bunch of very clustered up stars, and then they all kind of cut off at some point, and I was like, eh? What? Okay.
Yeah, it's just an artifact of the way that the sectors are rendered and where I happen to be right now.
Yeah. No
so
stars.
You see the rest of The rest of the star field here is kind of sparse looking, which doesn't make any sense.
It's foggy. Look how foggy it is right now.
Oh yeah, it's very foggy.
Yeah, look at that. It's so much moisture out there.
That's not moisture. That's alcohol.
Oh. Oh, I didn't even notice. That's actually inside your cockpit. I didn't even realize. You have an alcohol fog machine.
Yeah, it makes it so I don't have to get up and refill my drink quite so often.
You just gotta like lift it up and scoop the air. I think we may have found heaven.
There goes my mouse again.
People be walking by. Why does it smell like a college dorm room in here?
Alright, the rest of these aren't worth scanning. Next system en route. Next system en route.
Oh man.
Selecting next system en route.
Just plowing through this code, man, as fast as I can. I really want to get this done. I think after I finish this class, I'm gonna take a little break from C++ in school. I'm gonna do some other things. I'm actually gonna take some time outside of school to like do some practical stuff with programming instead of this.
There's always the Inara project.
Yep, I need to focus on that. I need some time to focus on that. But next session I think will allow for that because like I'm actually doing really well at social psychology now that I got through that ridiculous quiz. The thing I hate about social psychology is the quizzes are like 8 questions.
Scanning
and each
now.
question is worth like 40 points.
Compiling
so
data.
If you miss one of them, it's like,
complete.
I failed.
Yeah.
Well, for me, I failed because for me it's for me it's like I want a 95. I need a 95 and I'm trying to hold down that 4.0 because because you know Xbox achievements, fake internet points, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't actually. I want into leadership societies and honor societies and stuff like that because I feel like I'm going to college late. You know, there's kind of that stereotype that comes into play on that. So, still a little bit worried about that. But I think I'll be okay. Plus, I kind of want to dive into some other, like I said, practical uses of programming. So like the Inara project will be a really good experience for me with getting used to like how APIs work and learning some new concepts that probably in school they would give me very specific instructions on that I really don't want. Like I want to dive in and problem solve my way through it. So when I get into the advanced class, I'll be like, yeah, I've done this before. Okay. On top of that, I want to spend some more time doing some Unreal Engine 4 stuff and exploring the code there.
It suddenly got very noisy in here.
I hear that.
Hello, Neutron Star.
I hear giggling girls. Yep. Is this what you live with every day?
Yes.
Good.
I can't get a moment's peace.
I hear you. Puppy is staring at me right now. Aren't you? Yeah. Give me those head tilts. Apples.
Gathering
Yeah,
information.
my desk.
Cartography has now been
Kick you right
updated.
in your little puppy butt. Your little puppy butt. I'm gonna push you. Little shit.
We got it. Oh, wow. I'm gonna be here a while.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I see an
That's
Earth-like.
Yeah, that's an Earth-like. And it's already been scanned, but...
Ooh.
We're gonna go get that sweet, sweet Earth-like money anyway.
The only one that I think is going to be real daunting, man, is going to be the creating the player and the coins. I think that's going to be kind of tough. You cut that pretty close. I tried to go to the like exact end.
Oh, I still didn't get my boost. So I gotta go back in.
Boost activated.
Well, I get it. It like spins you in the direction that it's spinning, or at least that's what it looked like. So how many times have you had to stop and repair your FSD?
Twice.
Twice. Yeah, I still have like 400 jumps, man. It's gonna take me a while. No, I have
Actually, I've only repaired it once on this trip.
Yeah.
Maybe. No, I repaired it twice, but I refilled my AFMU once. So,
okay.
You know, right now I'm at 97%. I'll let that get down to about 85%, then I'll repair it.
This really makes me wish I had taken the Horizon out here, because, man, the longer jump range would have been appreciated.
Right?
It kind of, like, part of me is just like, dude, go back to Colonia, take Planwell, and go back to the bubble, pick up the Horizon, drive all the way back.
Well,
that would be like...
You don't want to know how many jumps I have left.
Probably like 4.
It's obnoxious.
Like, I've already been here. I've just been around, like, getting all the exploration data. And I'm like 300. I think I'm like 375 jumps out. Last I was able to put some real time into it. But like I said, this is supposedly the most difficult lab in the class. This is week 6, so I have 2 weeks left. I finish this lab. Next week I have another lab. The following week is finals week, and I am not worried about finals in this class. Except for essay questions. A little bit worried about essay questions, but that shouldn't be too hard, because I know essay in this class is going to mean put some code, which I'm still not terribly worried about that, because those are usually going to be conceptual only. It's not going to be like write a fully functioning game, you know? So, and like that kind of stuff I don't have a problem with, because I have reference material I can work with. Like I don't have any problem with that. It's like when I get into these games that are like, you know, files upon files upon files huge, and I'm not familiar with the stuff already. Atlas, leave it. Atlas, pardon me. Facing kitties is what's the term? Self-reinforcing behavior. Yeah. You stop that. I get that you're bored. I don't care.
I was sitting down the other night and playing Bust a Move 4 with my wife. And I found myself wondering, how hard would it be to write this in C# and WPF?
You know, I don't think I've ever actually played Bust a Move. Maybe I have. Maybe I don't remember.
It's Puzzle Bobble.
I don't remember how Bubble Bobble plays.
Not Bubble Bobble. Puzzle Bobble.
Puzzle Bobble?
Mm-hmm.
I've never played Puzzle Bobble.
You got your little guys from Bubble Bobble, and color sitting at the bottom of the screen, and they get all these color bubbles that you have to shoot up at the top of the screen and match them up, make them pop.
Do you mind, puppy? Do you mind? You're being a little terror. You're being a little terror. Get out from underneath my desk. Go on. Little shit. Oh, man.
Yeah, it's just an interesting question because WPF has got, you know, hardware acceleration and animation and stuff like that all built in.
Yeah?
So...
Oh, yeah. That reminds me, speaking of all of that, I talked to my student advisor, and I can't take those like DirectX classes with financial aid. Sad face.
Oh, that's okay. You can always teach it to yourself.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Either that or, I mean, yeah, there's that, or I could switch over to the web development track, or web game development track, but I'm like, that's way too specific. If it were a game development track, I might go after it, but like just the web game development, and I'm just like, let's see, when's the last time that I played a web game? RuneScape. Yeah, it's been years. It has been years.
He said RuneScape.
I did. I said RuneScape. I want to be a game dev. I got to try them all. I got to try even the crappy ones. I mean, World of Warcraft surprised me. I was like steadfast against playing World of Warcraft, and then my buddy Mike was like, "Hey, dude, try World of Warcraft with me," and I'm like, "All right, yeah, cool." I liked it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, traditional MMOs just can't hold my attention anymore.
Yeah, some games some games surprise me. Some games really surprise me.
Yeah, as much as I love Final Fantasy, I have a real hard time keeping my attention on Final Fantasy 14 these days.
Yeah. I mean, I love it. I like it better than WoW, which is pretty. I never thought I'd say that. It's like I was addicted to WoW for so long, but what I can't wait for is Monster Hunter Worlds. I want that game so bad. It's not an MMO though, but doesn't count. But I don't think it counts. I don't know if the format's going to change. I doubt it. Yeah, I'm getting that when it comes out for sure. Did you play any of the Capcom, like Monster Hunter, Dark Souls?
I tried Dark Souls, and it, you know, just not my style of game, I guess. Same with Monster Hunter. I played Monster Hunter on Monster Hunter 3 on the Wii for a little bit, and it's just, yeah.
I like it.
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, I was having audio issues for a second there. Yeah, I had to reset my headset, which turned off my mic. No, I didn't catch that part of it. I was, you know, back and forth from my desk and just generally busy on Friday. Mm-hmm. Game is still in development, isn't it? So they're not writing any improvements or nothing for it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. Turns like an anaconda. Right. You need to play Horizon, dude. It is.
Stuff like that. Skyrim is another good example. When you're fighting the dragon, like you can circle strafe them and they'll just track you. So like you have to just run up and fight them head on every single time. And I think that's a little dumb because you don't want to get bit by the dragon.
Yeah. I just, you know, Monster Hunter was never really my style of game. The kill stuff for the sake of killing stuff and not really much of a story beyond that. Yeah. Yeah, it's just never my thing. Well, you know, maybe the guys that were making ARC just didn't have the talent for that. You know, they didn't have programmers who had the right set of skills or talent in order to write that AI. Hmm. Maybe. Yeah. Right. This thing. Well, you know, I just wonder if they had to put their resources into developing other parts of the game. So, but doesn't, you know, Arc give you the ability to run your own server and mess with settings? I wonder if that's a, you know, extending the AI would be something you could mess with. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, what's she making? Ooh. I'm having I'm having leftover curry. Yeah, did you get the recipe I sent you? Eh, we're old school. We keep a grocery list on the fridge. Write on it with write on it with an actual pencil, right? Yeah, we're just so Gen X, man. I mean, hoo Earth-like. Let's go in and have a look. Yeah, I wish. I'm really interested to see if there's lights on the night side. Well, you see in, if you're in the bubble or in Colonia, in an inhabited system, there will be lights on the night side. Yeah. Yeah, there's city lights and shit on the night side of these planets. Ooh, that is purty. And you get shot down, right? I'm pretty sure the Thargoids are methane based. And that and the Thargoids are still all centered around the Pleiades. Well, they are heading toward Earth, though. Mm. Right. You can go eat some dinner. Get back into it, huh? All right, man. Well, hopefully you make some time to actually make some progress towards Sag A-star. All right, bro. Well, let me know if I can help. Later. Nice little water world. Open system map. Nothing but water. Open system map. Open system map.
What is it with you and grabbing boobs? Really? Huh? Really? What? Hopper's being a perv. I'm trying to write here though. Don't you dare. Really? Ow. Ow. That was my boob.
Welcome back. Reducing it or? Well, I'm still streaming. .39 atmospheres. Equal parts ammonia, methane, and nitrogen. Well, like the one right next to it is 0.82 atmospheres, so it's reasonable surface pressure, 79% nitrogen, 19% oxygen, so it's breathable, right? But it's 171 kelvins, so it's very cold. But even still, that should be terraformable, and yet it's not. Right? Like 171 kelvins, that's Siberia. Parts of Alaska, I mean. Oh, I don't even know. Like, hmm. 23% oxygen, 137 Kelvin. So it's still kind of cold, but that's still livable. But it's half a bar at the surface. Should I fly out to this carbon star and scan these worlds? One of them might be terraformable. Oh, dude, it's 363,000 light seconds. All right, Phil D. All right, Phil D. So the girls were complaining yesterday about how people who have never been to Alaska, live outside Alaska, make the assumption that all parts of Alaska have the same conditions. Like the whole, right? Everyone lives in igloos. It snows all the time. We only see the sun for 6 months out of the year. What are some other Alaskan things? Everybody wears parkas. Yep. Right. Well, you had to explain that, part of it is the schools, right, and the education system in that, they, you have to learn about 50 states, and you learn really only 2 or 3 things about each state. And what's one of the 2 or 3 things that you learn about Alaska? It's very cold, and there are parts of Alaska where the sun goes down and the winter doesn't come back up till spring. Right? Which is funny because most of the Eskimos are actually in Canada. I explain that there's the same other states have the same problem. Like a lot of people assume that all of California is a desert, you know, or that all Alabamans are hicks and have 6 toes. No, no, no. It's only about 50%. Or or everybody in Mississippi is a bigot. I mean. It's just people make assumptions about places where they don't live and they've never been, and then you meet somebody who's from there and they challenge your assumptions, and rightly so. So I've noticed. Same reason you're addicted to The Sims. No, dude, Fallout Shelter is The Sims with a Fallout skin. Come on. Yeah, way. You take away all the doors and windows and toilets and watch the fun. I don't know. Ask EA. How can we make this fail in the most fantastic way possible? No, it's not that they're it's new or anything. It's that Battlefront 2 is the last straw. It's the final straw. And well, it's beautiful for sure. I mean, the graphics are gorgeous. But there's 2 things about it that that may prevent me from ever buying it. And first and foremost is because it's an EA title. But the second is it's PvP only. Are you kidding? BioWare is in the process of being ruined by EA. Goodbye, Baldur's Gate. Bye. Hmm. Open system map. What do we got? Hey, terraformable. So that was worth the risk. Let's go have a look at you. Can I scan you from here? No. Hush you. That's not what I wanted. A little too fast on the approach there. Next system en route. Make the jump. Open system map. Next system en route. Galaxy map. Make the jump. Open system map. Next system en route. Make the jump. Oh, I don't know if I'll be streaming much longer, bro. But thanks for watching anyway. Open system map. Make the jump. Open system map. I'm not going to bother. Engage jump drive. Next jump is only 5 light years, so it's clearly a neutron star. Sulfur dioxide atmosphere. Yeesh. Next system en route. Jump. Okay, so it's not a neutron star. Why are we making such a small jump? Unless there's maybe a neutron star in that system, but how do we know that without actually having been there and run a scan? I guess we'll find out when we get there. Oof. Open system map. Nope. All right. Well, weird. Make the jump. Okay, that's why. Okay, next system with a landable body, I'm calling it a day. Another millisecond pulsar. Right? It's crazy fast. It's so fast I'm actually getting tearing on my screen. Next system en route. Make the jump. I didn't catch what kind of star this is. Must be a red dwarf. Open system map. How close am I to Sag A star? Let me get out of the star's atmosphere and I'll tell you. Or I'll show you anyway. Galaxy map. Uh, 2,400 light years. So 2.5 Kylies. Yeah, you have some catching up to do, man. Oh yeah, the schoolwork's got to come first. What the heck? Oh, 25 jumps, man. Some gravity like on this world. .6. Yeah, all right. That's where we'll sit down. Aim for that mare right there. right between those two craters. Maybe I'll aim for that mountain, park right next to it. There's my landing site right there. Lower the landing gear. Lower the landing gear. Thank you. Well, alrighty then. Let's take stuff offline. And we'll repair the FSD. Yep, as soon as this is done, I'm offline. Yep, there we go. FSD back online, AFMU offline, shield generator online, and that's it for me.